And we do have more hot weather on the way. We're just going to take a little bit of a dip here. And unfortunately, that cooler air does come along with the problem of fire weather. And that is the subject of tonight's Forecast Focus. We're talking about a red flag warning in effect for the area shaded in hot pink. And I did not wear this dress to match my maps, by the way, just a coincidence. I've had several comments. Goes into effect at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, continues all the way until 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. The combination of gusty winds and low relative humidity. And I get frequent questions about why red flag warnings just seem to almost always stop at the Idaho border. This time it does extend into the Idaho Palouse, but frequently we will have a red flag warning for eastern Washington and not for North Idaho. And there is just a very marked difference between the precipitation totals once you start getting into the higher terrain of North Idaho and this side of the border. And so frequently then we use this, or the National Weather Service uses this demarcation line as the border for the red flag warning. Fire danger still quite high in North Idaho, but the fuel's just not as dry to meet that criteria used for a red flag warning. And here's what we're looking at tomorrow. Wind gusts to 35 miles per hour right in Spokane. It looks like we'll be looking at 20-mile-per-hour gusts, even though we are part of the red flag warning. The stronger gusts are going to be in the Columbia Basin and through those Cascade Gaps as cooler air pushes its way through the mountains. Relative humidity values of 15 to 27%. And you'll notice a big difference between the relative humidity in Spokane and in Coeur d'Alene. And that's where that change happens in between eastern Washington and North Idaho. And those two factors coming together to promote extreme fire growth potential, not only for any existing fires, but any fires that may develop. Knock on wood that is not the case. Right now it is 85 degrees in Spokane. We will be cooler tomorrow. That cooler air pushing in, picking up our winds. Look at how dry things are. Dew point at 31 gives us a relative humidity, a measure of atmospheric moisture of 14%. And we are absolutely smack dab in the peak of fire danger in terms of our fuels being very dry. Southeast winds at 7 miles per hour. Now look at the difference. It is still quite dry in Coeur d'Alene. Dew point at 41, relative humidity 23%. So definitely in that area where it is very dry, winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. National radar or local radar and satellite shows that we have clear skies across the region. A cold front approaches, however. Low pressure in the Pacific will be driving that front through the Cascades tomorrow, dropping our temperatures and picking up our winds. Nationally, a little bit of severe weather to point out for you tonight. The focus of that in the northern plains, parts of North and South Dakota. Some severe thunderstorm warnings there. Problems with flooding through the desert Southwest with the monsoonal rains. Meanwhile, they're beginning to dry out after historic flooding in the mid-Atlantic and up through, of course, Baltimore. Temperatures currently 90s in Salt Lake, Denver, Boise, Phoenix. It's only 63 in Albuquerque, a rain-cooled temperature. 90 degrees in Oklahoma City right now. In the 70s in Seattle and Portland. Those 70s are making their way across the mountains for us tomorrow. 78 and breezy. 78 on Wednesday with partly cloudy skies. Then we start warming right back up. 88 on Thursday. 91 degrees on Friday. We still have not logged a triple-digit day in Spokane. We average one a year. We've only hit 97. That's been our high, and that was last Friday. And starting to dim the potential of that triple-digit day, which I don't think we'll hear many complaints about.
I think there are a lot of people who'll be actually happy about that,
yes.
that never happened this summer.